Imagine the world of early 20th century blues, a genre born from the struggles and joys of African American life, when a powerhouse performer named Gertrude, Ma Rainey, stepped onto the stage, forever changing the landscape of music. Born on April 26, 1886, in Columbus, Georgia, Rainey would rise to fame as one of the first professional female blues singers, with a voice that echoed the heart of the rural South, vaudeville stages, and black minstrelsy. But Ma Rainey was much more than her music. She was a trailblazer, both in her art and in her unapologetic expression of her identity. Rainey, who engaged in relationships with both men and women, did not shy away from her bisexuality. Her openness about her desires was well known, and she addressed her love for women in her iconic song, Prove It On Me Blues, recorded in 1928. Let's take a listen to a modern rendition.
When I last night had a bad day, everything seemed to go on wrong. I looked up to my surprise. The gal I was gone. Where she went, I don't know. I mean to follow everywhere she goes. Folks say I'm crooked, I didn't know where she took it. I want the whole world to know. They say I do it, ain't nobody caught me. Sure got to prove it on me. Went out last night with a crowd of my friends. They must have been women, 'cause I don't like no men. It's true I wear a collar and a tie. Makes the wind blow all the while. Don't you say I do it, ain't nobody caught me. You sure got to prove it on me. Say I do it, ain't nobody caught me. Sure got to prove it on me. I went out last night with the crowd of my friends. It must have been women, 'cause I don't like no men. Wear my clothes just like a fan. Talk to the gals just like any old man. 'Cause they say I do it, ain't nobody caught me. Sure got to prove it on me.
The song stands as one of the boldest declarations of lesbian sexuality in the history of blues. Rainey's lyrics not only celebrated same-sex desire, but also defied the societal norms that sought to police such expressions. She dared her critics to prove it when they questioned her sexuality, and even if they could, Rainey let the world know that she simply did not care. Born Gertrude Pridgett, she began her performing career in 1900 with a revue called The Bunch of Blackberries. By 1902, she had already added the blues to her repertoire and became one of the first public performers of this new genre. At the age of 18, she married William Pa Rainey, a dancer and singer, and together, they toured the South as the assassinators of the blues. Though their marriage would dissolve by 1918, Rainey continued to blaze her path, becoming known as Ma Rainey, a name reflecting both her age compared to younger performers and her warm, yet commanding stage presence. But Ma Rainey wasn't just a maternal figure. She was a force of sensuality and self-expression. On stage, she wore flowing gowns, tiaras, and gold jewelry, her mouth adorned with gold teeth. Her image, a far cry from society's narrow definitions of female beauty, was embraced by her black working-class audiences, who saw in her the epitome of success and allure. Rainey's songs and performances were raw and unfiltered, presenting her as a woman of experience, confidence, and unapologetic sexual power. In 1923, Rainey's fame led her to Chicago, where she signed a recording contract with Paramount Records, beginning a 5-year stretch that would cement her place in blues history. During this time, she penned Prove It On Me Blues, a song that defied the predominantly heterosexual discourse of the blues and laid bare the reality of same-sex desire. Rainey didn't romanticize these relationships. She acknowledged their complexities, the heartache, and the societal judgment, but also celebrated the freedom to choose love on her terms. In a world that often condemned deviant sexuality, Rainey's music became a challenge, a refusal to hide, and a declaration of her womanhood, bisexuality, and all. In one infamous incident in 1925, police raided a party at Rainey's home, discovering a room full of naked women. Rainey was arrested, spending a night in jail before being bailed out by fellow blues legend Bessie Smith. This event, often tied to the themes in Prove It On Me Blues, served as a real-life echo of the defiant spirit in Rainey's music. Despite her groundbreaking contributions, when Rainey died on December 22, 1939, Her obituary made no mention of her artistic legacy. She was reduced to the role of a housekeeper. Yet her influence could not be erased. In 1994, Rainey was honored with her image on a U.S. postage stamp, a recognition that finally began to restore her rightful place in music history. Ma Rainey's legacy is far more than that of a blues singer. She was a cultural icon who brought visibility to bisexual and lesbian women in a time when society sought to silence them. Through her bold lyrics and unforgettable performances, she not only entertained but empowered her audiences to confront their own biases and fears. In Rainey's music, especially in songs like Prove It On Me Blues, we hear the voice of a woman unafraid to live her truth, a woman who dared the world to prove her wrong, and in doing so, became an enduring symbol of courage and artistic integrity. Thank you for listening. For more LGBTQ+ history, please subscribe to this channel.